Hi, in this video, what we're going to do is graph quadratic equations into variables. So a quadratic function, the degree of the quadratic function is 2. That means it's raised to the second power. Okay, and that's the largest power in there. Okay, the general form is ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, and c are real numbers, and a is not equal to 0. Vertex is going to be your highest or your lowest point on the graph. Your axis of symmetry is going to be where the vertex is. It's going to be the point where the graph either starts going up or coming down, depending on what type of graph we have. To find the axis of symmetry, you're going to do x equals negative b over 2a. That's going to give you your equation, okay? Then to find the ordered pair for the vertex, you would plug your x in to find out what y is. So let's do some examples. Example A, graph the equation, find the axis of symmetry and the vertex. Remember to find the axis of symmetry, negative b over 2a. Okay, so we're going to find our axis of symmetry by doing negative b. So b is 4, so negative 4 over 2 times 1. So negative 4 over 2, which reduces to negative 2. So that's your axis of symmetry, x equals negative 2. All right, now to find the vertex, we're going to plug in negative 2 into that equation. So y equals, because remember f of x is the same thing as saying y, it's just a prettier way, equals negative 2 squared plus 4 times negative 2 minus 5. So we have 4 minus 8 minus 5. So negative 4 minus 5 is negative 9. So our axis of symmetry is going to be negative 2, negative 9. All right. And now to graph that, I'm going to go ahead and plot our point for our axis of symmetry, negative 2, negative 9 right here. Okay. Now to find some other ordered pairs, what I'm going to do is make an XY table. And I'm going to go to less than negative 2, so negative 3, negative 4, and 2 greater than negative 2. So negative 1 and 0. That'll be 4 good points for this graph. So I'm going to plug these into our equation and solve each one. So for the first one, I'm going to have negative 3 squared plus 4 times negative 3 minus 5. That ordered pair is going to be 9 minus 12. So negative 3 minus 5 is negative 8. So negative 3, then negative 8. Right here. Okay, do the same thing with 4. Negative 4. So I have negative 4 squared plus 4 times negative 4 minus 5. So 16 minus 16 minus 5. So that's going to give me negative 5. So that ordered pair, negative 4, negative 5. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing with negative 1 and with 0. So we have negative 1 squared plus 4 times negative 1 minus 5. 1 minus 4, so negative 3 minus 5 is negative 8. So negative 1, negative 8. Then my last ordered pair, I'm going to plug in 0. So 0 squared plus 4 times 0 minus 5. And that's going to give me negative 5. So that ordered pair would be 0, negative 5. So what I'm going to do now is connect those dots and create my graph, my parabola. Okay, that axis of symmetry, what that does is it cuts that graph in half. Okay, so I'm going to make this, make it red. The axis of symmetry, x equals -2. So that right there is your axis of symmetry. All right, let's do example B, because that's all for A. All right. So to do this one, I'm going to start out doing the same thing. I'm going to find my axis of symmetry, -b/2a. So x equals, b is -2, so it's going to be +2 over 2 times -1. So 2 over -2, which is going to be -1. All right, now to find my y. So my axis of symmetry, x equals -1. So what that means is, I'm going to draw it right here. At -1, that your graph is going to turn at that point, somewhere on that side. Okay, so now let's find my vertex. So we have -1 squared minus 2 times -1 minus 3. All right, so simplify that because y equals that. And y is going to be -1 plus 2 minus 3. -1 plus 2 is +1, minus 3 is -2. So my vertex is going to be -1, -2. So I'm going to plot that point here. Okay, so now to get my table to find some other ordered pairs, okay, -1, so I'm going to go 2 less, -3, -2, and 2 more, 0 and 1. Okay, so now let's plug those in and see how it goes. Okay, so I have -3 squared minus 2 times -3 minus 3. So -9 plus 6, so that's -3 minus 3 is -6. So our ordered pair is -3, -6. Okay, now for -2. So we have -2 squared minus 2 times -2 minus 3. So I have -4 plus 4, so 0 minus 3. So your ordered pair is -2, -3. Right here. Okay, so now let's go to 0. But since this is our axis of symmetry, what do you know your ordered pair for 0 is going to be? It's going to be the same right here. So it should be 0, -3. And when I plug in 1, it's going to be 1, -6. And then plot those points. Okay, so that's what your graph would look like. Go ahead and pause it and try the last one. So let's go ahead and do it. I hope you tried this on your own. So I'm going to find my axis of symmetry. So x equals -b, so -4 over 2 times 4. So I get 4 over 8, which reduces to 1/2. So my axis of symmetry is going to be at 1/2. So let me draw that axis of symmetry in. Okay, 1/2. So it's going to look a little something like that. Okay, so that's your axis of symmetry. Now let's find our vertex. So to find my vertex, I'm going to plug that in. So we have 4 times 1/2 squared minus 4 times 1/2 plus 1. So 1/2 squared is going to be 1/4. 4 times 1/4 is 1. Minus 4 times 1/2 is 2. Plus 1. So 1 minus 2 is -1 plus 1 is 0. So my vertex is 1/2, 0. So right here. Now, since this is positive, since our leading coefficient is positive, then that means our graph is going to open up. So let's do this now. No, I meant to change colors and it did not. Okay, so since our x is 1/2, let's go ahead and go 2 under and 2 over. So I'm going to do 0, -1, and 1, 2. Okay, so let's plug that in. 4 times 0 squared minus 4 times 0 plus 1. And that's going to give us a 1. So our ordered pair is 0, 1. Okay, same thing for -1. So we have 4, -1 squared minus 4 times -1 plus 1. So 4 times 1 is 4, plus 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So your ordered pair would be -1, and then 9 way up here. Okay, so when we plug in 1, I'm sure some of you have already said what the answer is going to be because you recognize the pattern. So we have 4 times 1 squared minus 4 times 1 plus 1. So 4 minus 4 is 0, plus 1 is 1. So your ordered pair is 1, 1. It's the same as this one. Okay, so then when I plug in 2, what do you think the answer is going to be? Should be 9. Because it's the same distance from the vertex. It's 1.5 over, half 1 and 1.5 over. And then just sketch the graph. Your axis of symmetry, x equals 1/2. Your vertex is 1/2, 0. Now remember, I hope you wrote down any questions you might have so that you can ask next time. Thank you.